Royal history is being made. Two nations, two thrones, one wedding that will shatter every royal tradition we thought was unshakable. Princess Leonor of Spain and Prince Christian of Denmark are not just getting married, they are rewriting the rules of monarchy for the modern age. You expected a quiet, formal, ceremonial affair. Think again. This is going to be the most extravagant royal wedding Europe has seen in decades. And the closer we look, the more it becomes clear that this wedding is more than a celebration of love, it's a statement, a promise, and a glimpse into the future of European royalty. The announcement came like a thunderclap. Overnight, both the Spanish royal household and the Danish royal court confirmed what royal watchers have whispered about for years. The young heirs, once shy children on opposite ends of the continent, are now engaged. Their love story, carefully shielded from public view, is stepping into the spotlight. And the wedding plans already suggest something unprecedented. This will not be a modest, understated ceremony. This will be a spectacle that blends centuries of Spanish tradition with Denmark's royal heritage, creating a once-in-a-generation moment that people will talk about for decades. Think state banquets, cathedral bells, parades through Copenhagen, and a global guest list that will read like a who's who of royal Europe. But beyond the grandeur, there are secrets, whispers, and questions. Why now? Why in such a big way? And what does it mean for the future of Spain, Denmark, and even the concept of monarchy itself? Let's begin with the couple themselves. Princess Leonor, Spain's beloved Princess of Asturias, has spent the last few years transforming from a shy teenager into a confident, capable future queen. She has sworn her constitutional oath before the Spanish parliament, begun her military training, and represented Spain on the global stage with poise and grace. Prince Christian, the handsome and charismatic heir to the Danish throne, just turned 18 and stepped into his own destiny with a gala that brought together royalty from across the continent. They are young, beautiful, and ready to lead. Their romance, according to insiders, began quietly at royal events. They share not only similar ages but similar lives, both growing up under the intense gaze of the public, both carrying the weight of centuries-old crowns. Over the years, they became friends, confidants, and eventually something more. By the time Leonor made her official visit to Copenhagen, many close observers noted the chemistry between them, the way they smiled at each other, the subtle warmth that went beyond diplomacy. Now their engagement has set in motion what may be the most closely watched royal wedding since Prince William and Catherine Middleton. The plan is ambitious. Copenhagen Cathedral is the chosen venue, a historic place where Danish monarchs have been crowned for generations. But this time, Spanish elements will be incorporated, readings from Spanish poetry, music from Spain's royal chapel, and perhaps even a blessing that nods to the long line of Bourbon kings and queens who shaped Leonor's heritage. This will be a wedding that tells the story of two nations coming together. But grandeur is only part of the story. Leonor and Christian are said to want their wedding to reflect their modern values. Rumors swirl that Leonor will make a short speech during the ceremony, breaking with centuries of tradition. Christian may choose a more modern suit rather than the traditional full military regalia for some of the celebrations. There are talks of a wedding banquet that will not just include heads of state but also young leaders, innovators, and artists, making the event not just about royalty but about the future. And yet, beneath the romance and celebration, there is tension. Some Spanish commentators worry that Leonor marrying a foreign prince could complicate her duties as Spain's queen one day. Others wonder whether Christian might eventually have to balance his role as Denmark's king with being the spouse of Spain's monarch. These questions only add to the drama, and to the fascination of the public, who are eager to see how these two young royals will navigate a path no one has walked in modern history. The media frenzy has been relentless. Spanish newspapers call it the wedding of the century. Danish media celebrate Christian's choice of bride as a sign of strong ties with Spain. International headlines frame it as a love story that could redefine monarchy. On social media, fans dissect every detail: Leonor's engagement ring, Christian's reaction during the announcement, even the flowers spotted outside Amalienborg Palace. As for the gown, speculation is already running wild. Will Leonor choose a Spanish designer, perhaps something in the style of Queen Letitia's iconic wedding dress? Or will she surprise the world with a Danish creation, symbolizing her new connection to Christian's homeland? Fashion experts are unanimous on one point: whatever she wears will influence bridal trends worldwide. The guest list will be staggering. Expect kings, queens, princes, and princesses from across Europe, from the United Kingdom, Norway, Sweden, the Netherlands, Belgium, and beyond. It will be a visual tableau of modern royalty, united in celebration. And all eyes will be on Leonor and Christian, who will have to balance being a young couple in love with the enormous weight of expectation placed upon them. The celebrations are rumored to stretch over several days, with pre-wedding galas, receptions, and even a carriage procession through Copenhagen's streets. Television networks across Europe are preparing live coverage, while streaming platforms are already negotiating rights to broadcast the ceremony globally. This wedding will not just be a national event, it will be a worldwide spectacle. But beyond the pomp and pageantry, what makes this wedding so captivating is the love story at its heart. Leonor and Christian are not just marrying to fulfill duty. They are choosing each other. In an age where monarchy must prove its relevance, their union is a powerful reminder that love can still be the cornerstone of a crown. And as we wait for the big day, more questions keep us hooked. What role will Queen Margrethe play in the ceremony? How will King Felipe and Queen Letizia balance their pride with the bittersweet reality of their daughter stepping into a new life abroad? Will Leonor and Christian eventually live in Madrid, Copenhagen, or divide their time between the two capitals? Each answer promises a new headline, a new wave of interest, a new reason to keep watching. When the bells finally ring on the wedding day, and Leonor steps into the cathedral, millions will hold their breath. It will be more than just a wedding march. It will be the sound of history turning a page. Christian will be waiting, Denmark's future king, and together they will not just say vows but write a new chapter for two monarchies and for Europe itself. This is why the world is obsessed. This is why this wedding will break all records, all expectations, and all traditions. Because it is not only about crowns and titles, it is about a future queen and a future king daring to love openly, daring to celebrate boldly, and daring to remind us that even in the most ancient institutions, love still has the power to change everything. And so we watch. We watch every moment, every announcement, every glimpse of this royal love story as it builds toward the most extravagant royal wedding Europe has seen in decades. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian are about to make history, and the world will never be the same.